Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Gentlemen, I have 2 questions for you.
Hit me.
Are you ready to rock?
I am.
Yeah. Got Cody
Level
back.
9, let's go.
More importantly, are you ready to roll?
Let's fucking do it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to roll down this ramp we're standing on right into a big bundle of rabbit boys.
Yes, you are currently in the depths of Knee. You have recently just discovered, you've reconnected with Vale, you've found Quip, and Jenny and Shortjack are with you, and you guys have recently liberated a small, what looks like settlement of rabbit folk that look exactly like Shortjack in a sort of illusory city.
I do look forward to multiple short jacks talking to each other at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them has just declared that Shortjack is their prince. So Shortjack has climbed out from under one of the tendrils that you have just defeated, and you now see that all of these rabbit folk are starting to surround him. They're all moving towards him and arms outstretched and just sort of mumbling "Oh, he's back, he's returned. And Shortjack is just guys, as this sort of horde of people begin circling.
Yes, this is,
I pick him up and put him on my shoulders.
let's back down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Do you want me to engage bodyguard protocols, or how are you feeling? Your Highness?
Jenny stands out in front as well. She looks fairly on guard as well. And from above, you hear a voice say, "You're scaring the young prince." And from one of the top pillar houses, the column houses that were disguised as big icicles before, there is a clearly older rabbit folk with a long wispy beard of chin hair, and he's wrapped in these big thick canvas robes. It looks like they're almost 2 or 3 sizes too big. He's more robe than rabbit, and he's carrying this large white ivory staff, similar to the ones that you've seen, the scepter that you have, Merrick, and the sort of motif of this place. And at the top, it curls up, and there is a blue globe inside, and you can see sort of swirling energy in there. And he casually walks off the ramp above you and hovers in the air for a second, and with a flick of his wand or his staff, he begins descending gracefully, and the crowd below parts and gives him a wide berth, allowing him to land. And they seem to have stopped their sort of approach.
Hashtag old Jack.
Oh.
He turns to face you guys and says, "It is so good to see you again, young prince." And he kneels, and the rest of the mob all kneel as well. And there are now about probably 60 or so of these rabbit folk all on their knees.
I feel really awkward that he's up on my shoulders.
Sure, Jack. Any recollection of this at all, or?
No, I mean, I was really young when we crashed on Goa, so, no?
Elder Bunny, Elder Rabbit, Elder Jack. I believe we should probably move somewhere private to discuss this together. Our friend here is getting quite overwhelmed.
Yes, I would imagine this would be quite a lot to take in. Please, follow me. And once again, he swirls his staff, and the blue globe fills with light, and all of you begin lifting up off the ground. And he hovers you over to one of the middle tunnels and safely, gently puts you guys down and begins walking through this long tunnel.
Is it tall enough that I'm not bumping Short Jack's head?
Oh yeah. No, these tunnels they were the ones that the tendrils were coming out of, so they're plenty big.
Short Jack, should I put you down, or are you good up there for now?
I mean, I'm fine up here.
Oh, cool. How about you just do a little tap on my head if you want me to put you down.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Hey, congrats on being a prince, by the way.
Thanks.
And like, congrats on finding your people.
Thanks.
This is wild.
You guys eventually get to the end of this tunnel, and once again, you look in, and it just looks like this huge opening in the ice chasm. There's like those stalactites and big icicles. You do see, however, one of those, or like multiple of those orange crystals that are giving off daylight. So this room is completely illuminated, but it's massive. It's probably about the size of like 2 football fields. The older rabbit folk once again holds out his staff, and with a brilliant blue light, he slams it on the ground, and it reveals almost like a wave. The ice dissipates, and you see the city before you. It is made of this white marble flooring. You see these large, all those icicles and stalactites turn into buildings and homes, and you see little rabbit folk running around doing their stuff, and there are fields down here filled with crops. There is a large amphitheater you see in the distance. There are massive buildings that look like civic buildings, like a town hall sort of thing. And you see intricate roadways and carriages and carts being moved by what look like ivory automatons. And before you is a full-fledged city.
Maybe a dumb question. What planet are we on?
You're on Ni.
And like, Ni wasn't destroyed in a war from the past for you?
No?
And you've always been on Ni? This Ni? Our Ni?
As the protectors of Ni, yes?
So, why were your people on Goa?
Well, our people weren't on Goa. Our royal family was on Goa. Please, let's go to my domicile.
All right.
And once again, he begins leading you down this winding path into the city proper. And you notice that, like, a lot of the rabbit folk are all sort of, like, mumbling and pointing and sort of like there's an excited buzz as you guys walk by. And one of the things to note is all of these rabbit folk don't have the black hands or the black ears that Shortjack has. They're all like pure white, like snow white. And they're all dressed in these fairly drab canvas clothing. It's very, very practical. It's very, very uninspiring, but they do have fairly bright patterns on them. They're like cross-stitched with blues and yellows and greens and reds. So they are quite beautiful, but in terms of like craftsmanship, they're very simple. And you see people like setting up market stalls and putting up open signs in their businesses. You see people sweeping outside of their houses. And once again, you see this large, it's a fairly simple and rudimentary automaton, but it seems to be in the style of like a horse pulling these large carriages, either filled with passengers. Some of them look like they're public transportation. Then you see some pulling things full of produce or parts. It doesn't look like it's super technologically advanced, but everything seems to be working. Like, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of manual labor going on. Like, as you walk past and you see some of the crop fields, you see that there are these automatons like hovering over and watering. You see that there are some like reaching down with like these big pickers and pulling out crops. And really the people are just overseeing this work as they go about their daily lives. And finally, you get to a fairly small, unassuming domed house. And the man who has been leading you stops, opens the door, and welcomes you inside.
I like crouch so Shortjack doesn't bump his head.
So many questions.
I will try to answer all of them.
Okay, I just have to clarify. Is Ni always an ice planet on the outside and rabbit paradise on the inside?
What do you mean by always?
Has it always been this way?
Is the plant new?
Yes.
Okay.
So, to answer your question, we have been the protectors of Ni, the silent protectors, we are called. We have been watching over this planet for as long as our recorded history provides. And he walks over to a small table in the center of what looks to be his home. There's a small bed in the corner, a cooking station. It is this round, domed room, and everything seems to be sort of like fitted to be round. A little table situated over by the kitchen. There is a little desk with a bunch of materials, and then the rest of the place is pretty much books. But in the center of the room, there is a dais with another one of those globes, similar to the one he has in his staff, with this swirling energy. And as he walks over, he gives it a tap, and you see Ni, the planet Ni. And he says, "For as long as we've been here, watching over Ni. It has been our job, and more importantly, it's been your job." And he points to Shortjack.
We've been looking for you, your people after we left Goa, but we haven't been able to find any information about you. That's why I think we're worried that you're not from here, because there's also a bunch of spiders and stuff that aren't from here now on Ni, so...
Yes, that is the danger and threat that we face right now. Someone is playing with forces that they do not have control of or understand, and they are putting our planet at risk. They are opening portals into other dimensions and bringing things that should not be here. And some of them are harmless. Some of them are quite dangerous. But regardless of their actual threat to us, their very existence here threatens the fabric of space and time, and, as a result, could unravel reality as we know it.
We're here to stop it.
I don't want to keep calling... I feel like it's super offensive that I keep just calling you buddy or buddy people. What is the name of your people?
He smiles and he says, "Our folk are known as the Kanin." And it's K-N, or K-A-N-I-N.
Merrick is currently sketching a picture of Old Jack in his book.
Thought it was Elder Jack.
I'm
Old
playing
Jack.
with it. Hashtag Old Jack.
He points to himself and he says, "My name is Merlot."
Nice to meet you, Merlot.
And he looks at Shortjack and he says, "You don't know this, I assume, but your name is Short Tennyson Duralio."
I prefer Shortjack.
We were half right. Or at least he was half right.
I guess you've always been short, and I tap him.
Shortjack taps you to be let down.
I kneel regally.
And he hops off and he just says, "Yeah, when they found me, there was a small thing that just said short. I ended up working at a mechanic shop, so there was a Jack, and it was just, I don't know, Shortjack just kind of stuck. But Short Tennyson, huh."
Yeah, it doesn't roll up a tongue in the same way.
I always thought it was something to do with shortbread.
No, that was all just kind of like a thing.
Wow. Just learning so much about ourselves today.
And Merlot walks over to the other side, so the table is between you, and he places a hand on it, and he says, "Duralios have been our protectors and leaders for, again, as long as we have recorded history." And you see sort of like a swirling picture of various Kennen. It seems to be Shortjack's family tree. And then finally it stops on a man and a woman. And Shortjack's eyes widen. One of them has incredibly long ears, and unlike Shortjack's that are just black at the tip, they are black pretty much right down to the base of the head, and black hands that go about up to the elbow. And then there's a woman who, once again, has those black-tipped ears and black hands that sort of streak up in sort of points as opposed to a full arm. And they are dressed regally. Still fairly simple, but you can tell that they are royalty. And Merlot says,
"Is that Mom Jack and Dad Jack?"
"They are Talaros and Yvi. They are your parents." And Shortjack pads forward and just places his hands on the globe.
I don't want to interrupt this very touching moment. I just need to clarify something. We got Vale back after, right?
Yes, Vale is with you.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
No, he slid off through another.
Just,
Yeah, while we were walking down here, there was a patch of oil, and he just, "Oh dear."
No, Vale is with you.
Okay. Thank you.
I put a hand on Short Jack's shoulder while he's like looking at that, and I give it a little squeeze.
Short Jack, this must be a lot for you to go through very quickly. So I will do my best to get to the point of the things that matter so you can speak to your elder here about your past and duty and all that good stuff. I just want to cut to the chase when it comes to the threat to Ni and to your people.
Yes, speak.
You have an orb that shows you the planet. Do you know exactly what's causing this? Is it Mazo? Is it from some secret base? Do you know what they're trying to achieve?
Once again, he taps the globe and it like zooms out, and it seems like you get sort of a sense of orientation at this point, and it shows the city where you are almost like it is a camera being pulled out in real time, and it then pushes through that sort of like mile thick ice above the lake, and it pulls up, and now you understand that lake, that frozen lake, is pretty much the entire city that's being covered. So you know that this city is a lot larger than what you're just seeing. It's also the expanse of like all the tunnels that you've gone through since have been part of this underground Kanin city. And then this like spectral camera keeps pulling out and then zooms across the lake at lightning fast speed and then stops on a mound of snow. And then it keeps pushing in, and you realize that snow is fake. It's just like a construct of metal on the inside. And as you go in, you see a small, flat building, but surrounding it is this swirling purple energy. And you can see clips of where the energy hits the ground. The ground is being pulled almost like it's being like vacuumed in, but it's staying static. So it looks like it's just being like actually ripped into this field. But as it does, it's shifting and changing. It's turning from snow into fire, into dirt, into water, and then back into snow. And everything around it just seems to be this chaotic mess of stuff. And every now and then you'll see something in that energy, like a person will appear just screaming, and then it will disappear, and then you'll see like a monster or a creature half formed, once again just like wailing in pain or fear. And then sometimes things will be combined together. You'll see a large, what looks like a huge lizard thing, and as it opens its mouth, there's a giant trying to climb out of it before turning into either nothingness or dissolving into sand like you saw that one dude do. And Merlot says, "Whatever they are doing at this location, they are making our planet and, as I said, our reality incredibly unstable." And you could guess pretty thoroughly that is, yes, the black site for Dahlia.
Okay.
We've been working off the assumption that we could go under that scary dome if we took tunnels. Do you know how true that is? And could you possibly lead us there?
It is under our domain. We could get you underneath it. I do believe, however, that it will still require quite a feat of strength to pass through that field.
Oh, like beefy strength? We got beefy strength.
Perhaps I misspoke. I think it would take a lot of luck.
Not so good on that.
Yeah, don't have a lot of that one.
Do you know anyone really lucky that we could send first to open the way? What about your big blue orb? It seems pretty cool.
He looks down at like his staff and he just says, "I mean, it's just a staff." He seems confused by you implying that the staff is lucky.
I'm implying that's powerful, but
It must be lucky. I think I saw a 4-leaf clover swirl there for a second.
he jumped off a thing and didn't get hurt. That's really lucky.
Yeah, I don't
We
think
do
it was the
that.
staff. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
You just so happen to have this whole like thing programmed to show us all of Ni. That's really lucky.
It's not program. No, it is. It is magic. I should inform you that the Duralios are masters of illusion. That is how we were kept ourselves secret for so long. And when we travel to the outside world, we disguise ourselves.
Why the secrecy, if you don't mind me asking?
We are tasked with protecting Ni. It is our job to make sure that it is not in any danger at any point in time. It is easier to do that from the shadows. It is easier to remain vigilant and impartial to the politics of the world if we stay unseen.
You've referred to yourself as like the protectors of Ni. What are you protecting exactly?
The planet, the people.
Why here in particular? Not that it's not a great planet and all, just as far as I'm aware, most planets don't have secret societies hiding in the middle of them charged with protecting them.
I don't know if that
Or
But
do
they would be secret, so I have no idea, really.
Until a few moments ago, you had no idea that we were protecting it.
Exactly. Maybe they're just really lucky, like your orb.
So who's to say that the other planets don't have the same?
Well, damn.
I don't want us to start going to the center of every planet looking for a race of people. Let's just put
We
like
have
let's not
to
do
now.
that. No, we don't.
We
Yes.
do have to. I agree with Durrin.
That is not a part of our end goal here.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
it
don't
should
know.
be.
Anyway, why did Mazo set up here? Is there something the planet is giving him, or is it just a secrecy?
Merlot wanders around and says, The people topside like to use this place, yes, because of its isolation, its seclusion. It's been used for decades as a place of research and development. Industry has used it for a very long time to practice things outside of prying eyes.
Now, in your task for protecting the planet, have you been keeping an eye on the Corpos? Because presumably their track record of being really bad and not really helping either planets, environments, or people would be in your purview. So do you have people stationed with Mazo, for example, using your illusions, who maybe could give us information?
No, we don't really use, I know, despite the fact that we are crafters of illusions, we are not one for espionage. We do watch, we do keep an eye on things, and if things get bad, we do intervene. But we do not find it to be particularly useful to interject our people into the dealings of the topside.
So I guess probably the most obvious question is, why'd you lose track of your prince?
That's a good question.
Was a tragedy. And once again, the orb swirls and clears the scene.
Now, before we do this, do you want to know, Short Check? And do you want to know now? Like this?
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, yes.
Great, yeah. I don't know, maybe you wanted a private moment.
And you see Talaros and Yvi, his parents, holding a small bundle of baby Shortjack.
Oh.
They pull the sort of like canvas hood down to reveal his like small floppy baby ears.
Ugh.
And his father gives him a kiss on the forehead, and they turn to look out to a sea of their people, all waving and cheering as they get on a ship. And Merlot says, once our young prince was old enough to travel, they wanted to show him more of the world. It is no good to stay secluded, to not be introduced to the world proper. So they were traveling. Unfortunately, there was a tragic accident.
Was there an evil throne on board?
An evil throne? No, it was Short Tennyson's throne. Why? Did you find it?
Yeah. I show him the sketching in my book.
And he gasps and he says, yes, that's it. Where is it?
It's on Goa.
Haven't we found more than just that throne, or is it just this one and the one here?
We found the throne and the, scepters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the evil thing in Goa it seemed tied to the throne, right? At the time when we found it?
Yeah.
No, the throne was in the noble's, castle, but there was a hidden door behind the throne.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't tied to the apocalypse directly.
Cody's just forgetting things.
No, I guess the thrones just felt way more ominous than that.
Yeah.
You can gather that they probably
salvaged it from the wreck.
Yes, grab the ship, and the nobles were like, "Hey, we're kings."
Yeah, it's a cool ass throne.
Yeah,
and they named their band name after it. And
well, no, they were the nobles long before.
Oh, okay.
It was just a fitting. They were just hyped to find a throne in the desert.
We have friends in Goa. We could probably get it sent over.
That would be incredible. When we lost the royal family, we lost a lot, but we stayed steadfast and we remained here to protect Nee. But now that we have you again, we can get back to our full strength. And Merlot has, placed both hands on Short Jack's shoulders.
What happened to the ship, though? It kind of just exploded for no reason.
All we know from our last communication with the royal family is there was a failure with the drift engine. They were torn from the drift. We had no idea where they had ended up. We got one final diagnostics report before they disappeared, which had shown that the ship had been torn into two.
I'm going to sense motive this guy.
Yeah.
It's a 15 minus 2, so 13.
You have no reason to disbelieve him.
Cody's just shaking his head.
Something feels off, right? Or am I just paranoid as fuck?
Well, we're always paranoid. That's just how it goes.
Well, I wouldn't sense motive if I wasn't suspicious.
Yeah, I know, it's...
Okay,
good thing Cody has really good sense motive.
I think the thing I'm missing here, Merlot, is what does the royal family do?
They are powerful. They lead us and are oftentimes the one who deals the justice if Nee needs saving.
And once again, in the swirling orb, you see Talaros and Yvi fighting, and they're good. And they are taking down, there's this huge frost worm that's barreling down towards Sassalis, and they fight it and destroy it and then disappear. And no one is the wiser that it was even going to happen. You see there is a bunch of swarm ships all low to the ground and coming over Nee, and you see the swarm pouring out of it, and Talaros and Yvi just cutting through them. Eventually, Yvi is up in the ship, and you see her planting charges and detonating these ships. And it's just scene after scene of Talaros and Yvi protecting Nee, and then it seems to keep going, and it's their fathers and their ancestors, and you just see constant threat being thwarted by Short Jack's family.
Once again, I do not get how a ship with two people of that caliber just simply goes down without a word.
We, of course, cannot see what happened that day.
No.
But I strongly believe that they used their powers to ensure that their son survived. I think they made an impossible decision, and they made the right one. The one that any family would do.
Well, not any family, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alpha would do it for me, but I'd do it for Alpha. So we'd both die, or both survive. I don't know. Guess it depends how many lucky orbs we had.
Was your plan this whole time just to wait and see for your prince to arrive that may or may not be alive? You never went looking for him?
We did. Of course we did. But with their ship being torn from the drift, we had no idea if they were even in Casamal anymore. The universe is a large place, and our resources limited. Our duty is to Nee, and without the guidance or strength of our royal family, the burden was much greater for us to bear on our own. So we made the difficult choice to honor the Dahlia legacy and carry on protecting Nee the best that we could.
I believe our friend here is quite overwhelmed. I believe, obviously, the threat is imminent, but I believe we can take a night to rest and plan. So if you're able to put us up for the night, we'd greatly appreciate it. And then let's meet early in the morning to plan what we need to do and give Short Jack a little bit to process everything you've said.
Of course, I will have our scouts plan a path to the facility, and I will have our scholars and arcanists look into ways that we may pierce this field.
And then we'll take care of the rest.
Yeah. How long has this been going on for?
Not long. For a few weeks.
And he gives you the exact time of around the time that you had your trial on Therum. So however long that's been.
I wonder if Cody's face being plastered everywhere scared Mazo a little bit.
If Mazo's even awake, Mazo's supposed to be sleeping right now.
Yeah, I can't see him not being awake. This is big player moves. This is big ball of moves.
Yeah, but it's moves someone would make if they knew the higher up was asleep or even dead.
Yeah, I think something changed.
Yeah.
And I will remind you, as Niall said, Mazo's ship has been spotted.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean shit.
But it does mean ship.
Does mean ship.
The missing link in all this is Azen. Why does Azen want Cody?
And what does this have to do with nobody?
Yeah.
Merlot has is beginning to lead you through the streets, and also you guys can have a conversation. Like, he's giving you enough space. He knows that you guys have just been like info dumped. Short Jack is processing and reeling, and Jenny's just sort of like walking with him and like has her hand on his head.
Yeah.
And Vale sort of like runs up into the middle of you guys,
and
Quip is
sliding away.
And Quip is also with him as well. And Vale says, "This is all, I'm sure, very touching and very rewarding and satisfying for you as friends of the little rabbit boy. But I do want to remind you that we are not here for ancestry lessons. We are here to get my sister, and you are under my employ."
Did you miss the part where we managed to find knowledgeable locals who can lead us right there?
I'm just saying that I do not want to get comfortable here.
We haven't been comfortable in a very long time. Don't worry about it, Vale. Actually, if you and Quip want to help the locals figure out how to get bypass that barrier, that's more your speed, and then we'll do the saving your sister part.
Not that you're particularly lucky either, but you have other skills. I like pat him on the shoulder.
When you say that, they sort of nod, and Quip seems to already be like typing and like has like that like field up on a screen and is already working on something, and they seem to sort of like fall back a bit.
Before everybody goes, I know I said it during the fight, but as you all said, it was not the time or the place. I'm sorry.
Jenny just walks by and she gives you like a pretty solid punch like in the arm. And says, "It's okay, honey. We all go through shit."
A good punch. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
I like grab both of them and just squeeze them and like, lift them up.
Hey, it's good to have you back, Cody. We've all had moments like that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
You guys arrive at this, quite literally a palace. You arrive at like sort of the Dahlia estate, and the ornate gates open as Short Jack approaches. Merlot welcomes you in and says,
"There are more than enough rooms here for everyone. Short Tennyson, I will show you to your suite. The rest of you are welcome to choose whatever suits."
Do you have a room with 3 beds? We like to sleep over sometime.
I don't know. Perhaps a private room would be good, but we do probably have things to talk about as well.
Well, I'm sure there's a meeting
study
room
that we can use, or a meeting room.
Is there a rich person wine cellar?
There is, yes.
Thank you. A man named Merlot, of course, is a wine cellar. Thank you very much.
Did you know that used to be a varietal of grape back in human times or Earth times? They talk about it in movies all the time.
Your Grace, do we have? And I'm saying this shortcut. Your Grace, do we have permission to raid your wine cabinet?
"Yeah, I feel like I could use one too.
All right.
Like a drink." Yeah.
My liege, would you care to get fucked up with us a little bit?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Short Jack, I'm not calling you any of that stuff until you officially leave my crew. So.
Fair.
Okay. Wine time.
Yeah, and Merlot leaves you to yourself, your business. There is a knock at the door a couple minutes later, and there is a basket full of food. It's already been like prepared, but there is some raw ingredients if anyone wanted to like cook or whatever. But it seems like they've given you sort of like a little care package of like a fairly generous feast. There's like a steak dish. There's some pasta. There's some like fresh veggies. There's a salad. There's probably almost an equal amount of dessert as well. There's like a ton of sweets, cookies and cakes and stuff like that. But it's a pretty solid little like spread that you've got going.
Don't worry, guys. I got the raw stuff. I start cooking.
Okay.
This place is great.
Give me a roll.
Culture or just flat?
Give me a culture. Why not?
What about medicine to not make people ill?
No.
Oh, fuck. I believe it's a 3. That's a 5.
This is your second time cooking ever, I believe, so it makes sense.
I can't remember what my last roll is, but definitely wasn't much different.
You've pretty much just thrown the vegetables into a frying pan. You haven't chopped them, you haven't peeled them, you haven't done it's just like whole, and you've like
Forgotten
you're just like sauteing them like you see in movies, like whipping them up into the air, and like by the time you're done there's like 3 carrots, like full carrots left in the pan. Everything else is everywhere else, and you've just served some like slightly burnt
skin on
still raw carrots. that go untouched. They sit in the center of the table, and no one's even looked at them.
Cody's just looking from person to person, waiting for a reaction.
We're buying you a cookbook after this, Cody.
Yeah.
Cody's going to sense motive that to see whether he realizes that you don't enjoy his cooking or if you just think, wow, you're so good, you need to get better. That's a nat 1. Cody's like, thanks, guys. Yeah, I could learn a bit more.
Oh, man. I'm just going to go eat a raw carrot at this point.
Yeah, same.
I mean, there is all the good.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, all the
food.
baked goods and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Short Jack, honestly, man, we could sit here and ask you about all this. I think you should just go nap it off. It's a lot to process at once. We always knew you were special. And I know your folks aren't here to teach you how to use your powers or to fight, but we're here for that if you need it. I learned from a very good teacher.
You already take after them. You're a badass.
You're a badass.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
How are you feeling with all of this?
I mean, like you said, it's a lot. It's weird because this is what I was looking for so long, and now that it's like here, I kind of just feel like whatever, and I don't know if it's just 'cause it's shock or I haven't really processed it, but it's just a thing that's happened, and people that I don't know, and a whole life that I don't know, and I don't really connect to it.
Not yet, but, you know, when I woke up on the ship, that's how I felt. I was just in a new place, surrounded by people, and I had no idea what to do, and I was so lost and so lonely, and look at me now. Some of the best friends I've ever met. Some of the biggest adventures anyone could ever go on. So, it doesn't have to make sense now, and even if it never does, it's an option, it's something. And you have us. That's it. Like, you have us, and that's something. Oh, 2. So that's 2 somethings that you have. It's a lot of somethings.
At the core of this is like, it may feel like this has been just thrust on you, but you're still Short Jack, and it's really up to you about what you want from anything, from the world or all of this. Don't let any one of us or them force you to do what you don't want to do.
Short Jack is just nodding to everything you say, and he just says, I think I'm going to go to bed. And he hops off the chair and goes upstairs.
Love you, bud.
And he waves.
Poor guy. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow we wake up and we just focus on the goal at hand, and we'll deal with the rest of this once this planet is safe. And we've thwarted Mezo's plan to do whatever he's trying to do.
At least on the upside, hopefully we don't have to worry about caving in all these tunnels if they existed pre-witch warp bubble.
Yeah, that's the strange thing. The witch warp bubble, the guy we found, did he say witch war?
The Unity War.
Did that happen in this timeline?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But years, like hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. Okay. I was just worried that he was from the future and we were going to blow up another planet again or something. So I just wanted to make sure that the timeline was intact.
Very possible.
Let's not throw out that possibility just yet.
Kind of our whole deal.
Yeah. How many planets are in the system? We already have one gone. We may as well.
Dane's just doing this so that by the end of it, when he gets art of our solar system commissioned, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Just a cube.
Quip and Vale have left. They ate pretty quickly and have gone to join the Arcanists and Scholars to sort of figure out a solution. And Jenny has been just kind of sitting in the corner with a bottle of wine to herself and just noodling on the guitar a bit. Once you can see the crystals in the sky have been dimmed, almost to simulate night, and the moon from above coming through the ice almost replicates the night sky. The shimmering ice and cracks and stuff in it almost look like stars and constellations. But you can tell that this is sort of the end of their day. And there is a knock at the door.
Merrick, who's mulling about, probably just goes over and opens it up.
There is 2 Kanin who are standing there, and they have this huge chest. And once again, it is this beautiful ivory chest carved with orchids and flowers, and they waddle in and put it on the floor, and they say, we thought it would be a suitable offer that the people who brought our prince back were dressed as proper honor guards to our prince. And they crack open the case, and inside are 3 sets of armor.
Yeah.
And I asked you guys to choose level 9 armor to get, and this is that.
Yeah.
So, Durrin, yours is... It's weird, because it looks like it's made out of that ivory, but it's super flexible.
Nice.
It's probably the least ornate out of the group. It's more like... almost like spines of armor and like reinforcing, but the suit underneath is this jet black material that makes almost no noise when you're moving.
I love it so much.
Once again, those like ornate white ivory details are definitely the sparsest of the 3 suits. So what'd you get? What's your armor?
Oh,
what did you pick?
It's so boring. It's so boring. I went from D suit 2 to D suit 3.
Hell yeah.
It's literally the most boring option ever. And it's just, Durrin is just so utilitarian. And it's like, oh, it's number 3. It's better.
Yeah, love it. Merrick, yours is this suit that looks like almost like a traditional knight. It has a single large pauldron that goes over with these sharp edges at the end that twist into like little points, and it is almost like the opposite of Durrin's, where it's practically plate armor, like plate mail.
Yep.
And in between the seams there is this like navy blue fabric that when you sort of like shift and turn, it turns almost lighter. It's almost like iridescent, and it shifts from like dark blue to light blue underneath.
Dan, you literally read my mind. Exactly. That's why I picked this armor specifically, and you literally just took it out and said it aloud. I took the Hell Knight Plate Merilicidor.
Hell yeah.
So I wanted something knighty and like ornate, just to be, the opposite of Durrin, big and in your face.
Yep. And Cody, your armor is sort of a mixture between the two. It still offers a shit ton of protection, but there is these sort of like joints almost that look semi-mechanical at your knees and elbows to give you really, really quick mobility. The undersuit underneath this is this like crimson red.
Nice.
What armor did you get?
I chose the exact same armor as Ryan, the Hell Knight Plate Merrick.
Nice.
Nice.
And yeah, you've got these instead of a single pauldron, they like instead of like a big round one, they're like flat, almost like epaulets that like jut out. And then, like I said, like those joints at the elbows and knees that seem to like really accentuate like your movements. And it looks like this thing is not going to slow you down despite its weight and heft.
For mine, I do want to add like stylistically like a metal mouth guard that like Merrick never shows his face, so it's like a black steel instead of just that goes over the cloth he usually wears.
Cool.
Damn.
Instead of a helmet. Yeah.
Cody's just like, whoa, what a nice gift. Thank you.
You're welcome. They leave the chest there, and they say, the chest is also part of your gift as well, so, like, that's yours if you want it. Anyway, good night.
Yeah.
And the two of them
Thank you.
waddle off.
How much royal family wine can we fit in this chest?
We do have fruit game all over it,
I think quite a lot.
Hey, if we're going to lose one of our best crew members to some king.
We don't know if that's what's going to happen here.
Well,
I mean,
look, we had an agreement when he came on board. He would help us out. We would find his family. The deal, the contract, the verbal contract has been done.
We did a thing.
So whatever he decides from here is his call. I will not try to interfere. It's his decision to make, and we will just have to live with it.
no, of course I agree with you on that. I just mean, still, I don't want to put too much pressure on the guy. This is a lot. It's a lot.
We can chat about it once we've done what we have to do.
Yeah, at least we need to make sure he has people to go to if he chooses. And step one of that is stopping this awful warp bubble.
Can I roll a perception on his chest just to make sure it's just a chest?
Yeah, for sure.
18.
It's a fucking mimic. Oh no.
Just eats us.
Yeah, no, it's just a real fucking cool chest.
All right.
That's such a weird thing to be like, oh, this is yours now.
Hey, it's because they knew we wanted to steal the wine.
Hey, Durrin, give me a sense motive.
You know what? All right, I'll give you that sense motive.
I assume they just meant the armor.
They just mean the armor. Oh, not too bad. I got a 29.
You could tell that they just didn't want to carry that chest anymore.
Yeah,
it's really heavy.
I had a feeling. That's what I thought.
Cody's like, yeah, we could put all our snacks in here and all our potions, and he's just like loading things into it.
Cool. You'll be encumbered for.
I can't carry this by myself. Who wants to help?
Well, we can leave it here until we
feels
need
like-
it later.
You don't think
Like
we'll
the
need
start
it in
of
the
an
bubble?
emotional moment.
No.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you go to bed?
No.
I'm
No.
so tired. I'm in so much pain, and I've gone through a lot of mental anguish. Cody really needs to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't think so. I mean, beyond like seeing what the streets are like a bit, I think just call it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, do you want to go for like a little wander?
Yeah, I'm curious about the city a little bit. I'm curious what the vibes are, what it looks like, what the people are doing. Just general
Yeah, sure.
curiosity.
I'll come with you, Durrin. I am also
Yes.
curious.
I'm surprised
Cool.
you haven't been more excited about this place. It's a whole new world.
Oh, and that's truly my thing. It's just, I don't know, man. The idea of losing Short Jack is just sort of stuck.
I get it.
What do you think you'd be most interested in seeing?
I'm assuming they're celebrating their prince's back. So if there's like a very busy bar or a festival or like
I mean, there's definitely not a festival because it hasn't, but like you definitely see that like the news has gotten out, and yeah, the bars and like pubs and restaurants and stuff are packed, and there is like celebration.
See, I mostly just want to see I just want to see what the people are doing. If you can,
So I mean, like, you guys stroll through. You see that there is sort of like an entertainment district with like theaters and bars and restaurants and stuff like that, and that's kind of where everything's popping off now that the day is done. But as you guys are walking, you get sort of like to one of the outskirts, and you find a cemetery, and you see that they are digging a ton of graves, and it is all for these people in those purple jumpsuits, and you see that they are carefully wrapping them in these canvas sheets and placing them in those like ivory ornate coffins and are giving them proper burials. And they are like, some of them are fully formed, others are kind of like the ones that you came across, like bisected perfectly down the middle, but they all seem to be getting sort of like a special rite of passage and a proper burial.
these people might deserve Short Jack.
they seem like good folk.
Yeah.
And if anything,
So this is just nice, unnecessary, and kind.
you don't really see that too often, do we?
No. My people would never hold rights for anyone besides their own kin.
Yeah, place is a little nice, a little too nice. I'm not saying that in an ominous way. I just mean,
Well, you did, Durrin, and I know you think it. I came with you just so you're not snooping in people's basements or something, looking for like a cult or whatever you think the dark side of this place is.
oddly enough, I don't have any of those vibes about it. Of all the places we've been, this one actually just feels like this,
And maybe that's why I'm so uncomfortable.
As you guys walk away, you see the sacrifice take place on the bodies. Dark hand creep out from underneath the... No, you guys return home and go to bed. And Merrick, there is a soft knock at your door as you're settling down for the night.
Yeah, I answer. Hello.
And it's Shortcheck. And he, without sort of like being invited in, he just kind of like wanders in and goes right to the window and like hops up onto one of the like the small bench that's placed there and is just staring out at the faux night sky and is silent for a moment and then turns around and says, a while ago you said that you would help train me and help me meditate and you would help me find my purpose. Is it too late to do a little bit of that right now?
Not at all. Merrick clears like stuff off the floor and sort of sits him down and gets him to sort of cross his legs. So how I was taught is you have to focus inside before you can affect the world on the outside. So I want you to close your eyes.
He does.
Just listen to nothing but my voice. Focus inside. Probably right now you see darkness, pitch black. Picture yourself moving forward, going through it. Eventually, maybe you'll see a light. What do you see, Shortjack?
Yeah, I see. It's like a little small floating light.
Yeah? What color is it?
It's blue.
Yeah. What do you think of when you see that blue, Shortjack? What's the first thought that came to your mind?
The sky in Goa?
You miss Goa, Shortjack?
I do. but not in a way that I want to go back. At least not right now.
What we're doing right now is working to protect everything. So when we go into fight, when we go into these tough situations, let Goa, let eventually maybe these new people, let us, let these thoughts of those things, those people you need to protect, let that be your first step to finding your purpose, is protecting what you love. And inside you too, Short Jack, as you sort of wander through that darkness, I'm hoping you find memories of your parents. I'm sure they left you something, some idea, some concept of how to use whatever power you have. That part I can't teach you, but what I can do is help you learn a little bit more about yourself. So let us sit here, stare into our darknesses together, sort through it, and see what we find. That's the first step.
Are your eyes open?
Yes.
You see for a very small second, a blue mote of light appear in front of Short Jack.
What?
And then it fades away.
That's actually really
Yeah,
exciting.
Merrick doesn't say anything. Just focus. I'm going to light some candles. And you can do this for a couple hours before we go to sleep.
And you guys do. And he's fairly receptive. You can tell that, like, towards the end of it, he's, like, getting a little fidgety and kind of, like, losing it. He's, like, kind of, like, just bouncing in spot. And, like, you know, like, wiggling his fingers and his toes a little bit. You can tell he's kind of losing it, but he does it. He goes until the end, but you could tell that it was a little much for him for the first time.
Hey, Short Jack, I'm more than happy to skip to the step where I just hit you with a stick over and over and over again. We can get to that one if you want.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
I love how let's learn how to meditate several hours later.
Merrick has had to sit on a mountain in a rainstorm and not have to budge or, like, this is easy. We're in a nice room. There's candles.
Hello, Space GM Dane here to do the things. Holy shit, y'all. I'm not even going to pretend like this is going to be a quick or easy one because there is a lot to talk about. As of this release, we are going to be at Fan Expo tomorrow. On top of that, we are also going to be doing our very first live show as No Quest for the Wicked, and we're also going to be playing together as a full cast in person for the first time ever as well. That's right, if you are going to Fan Expo Toronto, the full cast of boys would be there. Previously, you would only have the chance to meet Niall, myself, or Terry, but this year, Ryan has flown in from the beautiful province of Halifax. No, Nova Scotia, it's Halifax is the city, and will be joining us at the Canadian Podcast Awards booth. If you want to know our schedule and when you can find us there, head on over to our Discord or our Instagram or our Twitter at NoQuestCast on all the social medias, or you can go to noquestcast.com and find a link to our Discord. We'll be posting our schedule there for ease of access. We'll also be posting all the details for our live show, as in like what theater and what room and where to find us. So if you're going to be at Fan Expo Toronto, we would love to see you. Even if you want to come by and swing by the booth and just say hello. If you don't have time to do the show, that's fine, but we would love to see you. We're also going to be doing a dice giveaway where you come, you roll some dice. If you win, you'll win a little care package from us, and we would love for you to do that because we love you and we like giving you stuff. If you wanted to dress up as one of your favorite characters, that would also be fucking sick because we would love to see some cosplays of whoever you want to dress up as. On top of that, speaking of live shows, we will be doing another one in September. On Sunday, September 17th, we will be at Offworld Bar doing a live show. It'll be myself, Terry, and Niall. We'll be playing all new characters, so you don't have to be caught up to know anything that's going on. We'll be playing a completely original campaign set on the cube, so it'll be in-universe. And it follows the cop, not a cop drama format, where Terry will be playing a hard-boiled detective, Niall will be playing a trickster fae, and they are forced to solve crimes together on the cube. Tickets are free, but if our other live shows for other show is any indication, they will probably go fast. So you'll want to make a reservation. The best way to do it is head on over to bit.ly/offworldshow1. Once again, that is bit.ly/offworldshow1. Once again, if you want this information in a concrete written down place, you got to go to our Discord. That's where we put all of our info. That's where we keep everything nice and neat and organized in our announcements section. So if you want to revisit this so you don't forget, just join our Discord. Head on over to noquestcast.com, click the Discord link, and you'll be invited in. You'll be warmly welcomed by our lovely, lovely, wonderful community. On top of that, we also are doing another Hot Wings challenge. We have bought the Hot Ones Season 19 lineup, so we're going to be doing it proper. We'll be eating 10 wings with progressively spicier sauces. We'll be doing it live on Twitch like we did last time. Once again, we will be streaming for everybody, but for a limited time, we will be putting it up on our Patreon, so you don't want to miss it. If you want to watch this show, it is available to everyone at the time of streaming, but will then be Patreon exclusive for maybe ever. Maybe we'll release it after a while, but if you want to catch it, you want to catch it on the day. We're doing it on Sunday at 7 p.m. That's Sunday, August 27th at 7 p.m. on Twitch. We'll be streaming off of my Twitch platform, which is twitch.tv/Daniac, which is Daniac. Once again, all that information will be on the Discord. And last but not least, if you are looking to treat yourself to a lovely set of dice, or maybe some dice paraphernalia like a nice dice bag or a roll tower or anything, they have a really cool like campaign kit where you can put your laptop and your books and everything. It's a beautiful leather satchel that I would die to have. I'm actually eyeing it for myself coming up. Then head on over to MistyMountainGaming.com and use our promo code NoQuest10 to save 10% off the entire store. Once again, head on over to MistyMountainGaming.com and use our promo code NoQuest10 to save 10% off. Okay, I've gone on long enough. I'm sure there is something that I'm missing. But once again, just head on over to the Discord. Everything is there, I promise. All of the information, all of the news, all of the announcements, all of them will be there for your viewing pleasure so you can keep track of everything that we're doing. But we would love to see you at Fan Expo. We'd love to see you at our Off-World show, and we would love to see you in the Discord and on our stream. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Right. It's the start of a new day, which means everything gets refreshed, your resolve's back, and we're going to roll some Jenny abilities.
Yeah.
3.
What is that now?
That is practice makes perfect. Treat skill check as a 10. I got 4, which is encore, and reroll at a -2.
I got a 1. What does that mean?
+5 before you roll, or a +2 after.
All right. Perfect.
Does the reroll a -2 work for nat 1s?
Yeah.
Great.
It also works for nat 20s if you want to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, for enemies?
Ooh.
No, for you.
Damn it. What's this Jenny ability called? Just real quick.
I believe it's Rocker Inspiration.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to get in my new armor, I guess.
Yeah. Get ready for what's coming.
Can we have a cool, like, slow motion moment where the three of us, like, walk out of our room and, like, head down for breakfast?
Absolutely. Vale and Quip are already down in the like foyer. Short Jack and Jenny are there as well, and so is Marlowe and a few other Kanin folk who seem like some seem like guards, others seem a little more intellectual, like they have like their big robes on and they're carrying like books and stuff. And Merlot says,
"Good morning. It is lovely to see you looking the part of champions of our young prince.
Suppose we have you to thank for these. We're very grateful for them."
Actually, it was done on the Smith's accord. He saw you come in, heard the news, and made them of his own will.
Is the Smith here?
You can tell that he's not. It was the people who dropped them off, made them.
All right, I hope we're ready to hunt down this Smith to give him a thank you.
I want to give that man a hug.
Yeah, we can do that after, guys.
Also, I would like the record to state we are champions and best friends of.
Merlot smiles and says,
"I come with good news. Perhaps you are luckier than you thought, but with the help of your friends,"
and Vale says, "acquaintances at best,
"and our scholars, we may have found a way to temporarily pierce the dimensional field."
Amazing.
You see Quip walk up and he like slides a projection of what they've been working on. And there is a 3-prong, almost like triangle pyramid style device that you now see Vale has got in like a box. And Quip says, It looks like if we can stabilize the planar energy, the dimensional energy, for a certain amount of time, we will be able to open a very tiny hole for a very small amount of time and get through it. It should work, but there is always the off chance that when passing through the dimensional field, we get plane shifted somewhere.
Cool.
Well, that's a gamble we're going to have to take.
Well, my question is like, okay, so we have a gamble on the way in. What's our way out?
Well, we'll have taken care of it by then.
Presumably, if we get in there and we shut it down, then no more dimensional field.
Yeah, this isn't a espionage mission anymore, Durrin. We're going full scorched earth.
Yeah, if it's not done when we're coming out, we're dead and we're not coming out.
I agree. Listen, the last time we did a plan like this, we said, let's just wing it, and it went really bad. I'm just throwing things out there. All right.
What time was that? I don't remember what happened.
It's probably for the best.
Planet exploded. Of course I know.
Could have gone worse.
Could it?
We didn't explode.
Yeah, we didn't explode.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
3 out of a million is still 3.
Merlot is getting very uncomfortable.
Okay, so
It's the worst conversation.
Do you guys have evacuation protocols?
We go down with the ship, as it were.
Oh, no. Maybe send some people on a ship somewhere just so some of you survive.
Wow, this is not a great vote of confidence.
Just in case. Forewarned is forearmed.
we can worry
Not you,
about
Merrick.
that stuff. Ha 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 ha. When we figure out what we're going to do. So let's make a list of objectives when we get inside the space. Obviously, number 1, Vale, is finding Vale's sister.
Yeah.
And Query.
Do you think they're the same person?
There's a chance.
Okay.
So, finding Vale and Query obviously is our main objective. After that, obviously, finding Mazo and getting to the bottom of this whole Black Dahlia thing.
I think the first objective is stop what's happening. Then find our friends. Then Mazo.
We've sort of promised
Amara.
Vale to protect his sister, so...
But
Her name was Amara, by the way.
If they're using these people to make this effect, which I'm assuming, I think
so it should all be the same thing anyway.
Also, I'm sure Vale doesn't mind us. We have to stop it to get them out, right, Vale? And not destroy the planet and not all die.
I mean, as long as I get my sister, I don't care, really, about the other things.
All right, so stopping the whatever's happening, which we truly don't know what it is yet.
Stopping the whatever. That's literally the objective I'm writing down right now. Stopping the whatever.
Oh, that's what I did as well.
Okay, good.
Amazing. See, we're mind meld. We're all on the same
And
page.
then Mazo and Dahlia, and I'm putting as in quotation marks, because I've got a feeling he's involved in this somehow.
I think he's involved, but I don't think he's there.
Maybe put Mr. Wire in there too, just
Oh,
because
yes.
that fucker's going to pop up again at some point.
I have a feeling he's more likely going to be there than Azan.
Well, if he is, I feel a lot better about my odds with the 3 of you here, and I would very much like to get some revenge on him.
Oh, me too. I'm going to smash him real good with this hammer.
As you guys are getting ready to leave, Short Jack walks up and says, guys, I know you could probably use my help, but I would like to stay here for a bit and just kind of figure some shit out.
If something happens here, Short Jack, if we fail and these people need to get to the surface, you're their prince. They'll listen to you. So you're in charge of any kind of emergency situation that pops up. Whether it's a giant spider or the planet exploding, they'll look to you. So handle it how you've handled the last couple situations, what we talked about, with purpose and focus and that bravery we know you have, okay?
Shit, maybe I should come with you guys.
No, you're good.
You got this. Remember, badass.
Jenny, should you stay with Short Jack?
Jenny is already by her side, and you see that she was about to say something, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to stick around with him and make sure everything is okay. And then quietly to the 3 of you, she says, sometimes when things seem too good to be true, there's reason for concern. So I just, until I get a better read on these folk, I'm not leaving them alone.
Yeah. Durrin thinks there's a cult.
When did I say that?
Last night, you said you were being paranoid. So I assume you mean you think there's a cult.
The robed figures use a smoke bomb and disappear.
I think this place is perfectly normal and good, but I'm often wrong.
Okay.
We'll definitely talk about it later.
Merlot leads you to it's kind of like the city center and then says,
I wish you all very good luck. It's very important, and we understand the risk that you're taking for us, and we are forever in your gratitude, not only for returning our prince, but also for stepping up and taking on this threat for us.
And then a couple of the guards step forward and say,
Yeah, we'll take you to the tunnel.
and they begin leading you to the path that brings you underneath the facility.
I want to sense motive real quick. The
Yep.
way he said that for us really rubbed me the wrong way. The dirty 30.
You could tell he was incredibly concerned about this, and the way that you guys destroyed the tentacle monster, which was something they were like struggling with for a while now, he's a lot more confident. He really thinks that you guys have a chance to stop this, and there is like visible relief. Like he is not at all concerned about your guys' abilities.
Wow. It's like the only person in the campaign so far. Now, can we tell if he's less or more concerned considering our conversation yesterday?
No, he's fine. As you guys are walking to the tunnel out, you see a couple more stretchers of people being brought in, and you could tell there's like little glimpses of like the purple jumpsuits, and you can tell they're bringing more of these like workers back in. Eventually, you guys get to the tunnel with the guards, and they say,
We're not going to come with you, but we have put markers down. All you got to do is follow those, and it'll bring you right to the edge of the dimensional field.
Shot in the dark. Are there any like creatures that mimic these markers at all before we follow them?
No, I mean, like,
Okay.
mimic them, no, but I can't guarantee with the way that things are happening that there isn't something on the route. We've cleared it a couple times now, and there's nothing there, but, I mean, again, there shouldn't have been a giant fucking plant monster in our tunnels, and that just kind of showed up one day, so, fingers crossed you get there without any more portals opening up.
All right. Thanks.
Good luck.
We'll do our best.
Let's go.
yeah, and you follow them. There's like little pittons in the ice with soft glowing lights that kind of like guide you through. And as
Vale
you guys
is with us, right?
Vale and Quip are still with you, yes.
Okay.
As you guys get there, you can see Vale and Quip are running diagnostics on their little like whatever the fuck they've built, and it seems to be they're getting it primed and ready. And sure enough, you enter into opening where you can see that the roof is now metal, and there is a hatch that you can see, but surrounding it, there is this swirling purple field. And once again, like you saw in that that vision that Merlot showed you, you see occasionally there's just a huge hand that comes out and it reaches out for you, and before it gets to you, it just sort of turns into that gross sand and disappears. And you just see like all these things being pulled from different dimensions briefly. And even just getting close to it, you can feel, it feels like someone is pulling the front of your armor, and, the whiskers on your face feel like it's being pulled, and your hair, Cody. And it's unpleasant, to say the least. Like, it feels fucking weird. You know that, like, feeling when you're in a concert or, like, you're about to see music and they're, like, warming up and that bass, like, rumbles your chest? It's kind of that. And it just feels like there's something not quite right. And Quip and Vale look at each other and give each other a nod, and Quip places his little terminal on the ground and sits crossed-legged, and Vale runs as fast as they can, places the thing into the ice, and then runs back. And Quip looks at the three of you and says, "Are you guys all ready?"
Yeah.
As ready as we can be.
Let's go.
All right. And he presses a button, and there is a brief rumbling in the ground as you see this device that they've made activate, and the point of the pyramid opens up, and as it does, you see these lasers hit into the dimensional field, and as it opens into more of a, almost like a blooming flower, you can see that it is opening a small hole in the dimensional field, and you can clearly see that hatch now, which Vale runs up and throws a little pixel onto it, and you see it just go beep and open up, and a ladder drops down, and he says, "All right, now is our opportunity. Let's go."
Let's do it.
Run up it.
You guys get in, no problem. But as you cross through the dimensional field, you all feel fucking weird. And for a brief second, Merrick, you're going first. Cody, you're after Merrick. You see Merrick for a very brief second, like, disappear.
Ooh.
And then he's back. It's like, it almost looks like you could have blinked.
Mhm.
And Durrin, you sort of see this as well. You're underneath Cody. And as Cody's going up, his hand turns in, like, his whole arm looks like it becomes skeletal. Like, it looks like he becomes just a complete shriveled skeleton, but nothing seems to happen. Like, he doesn't get affected. He's still climbing normally. It's just like, and then it's gone again.
Hate this. Hate it. I hate being the third one, Dane. I don't like it.
And, well, Quip is the last one. Quip's bringing up the rear.
That's fair. Quip's fucked. All
What's
right.
Quipsy?
Let's go.
Quip sees Durrin, and it's just a charred body. The fur has been singed from his flesh, his tail burnt to a crisp, and it looks terrible. And then it flickers again. And Vale reaches down and pulls Quip into the hatch as it beeps closed, and you once again hear the swirling energy resume outside. You now know you're trapped in the Dahlia Black Site.
What do we see?
Inside is a pretty uninspiring facility. The floor is a corrugated steel grate. The walls are plain steel with very obvious rivets holding it all together. There's fluorescent lighting along the roof. Some of the tubes, however, have been smashed out. Some of the banks are broken from the ceiling and are swinging back and forth, occasionally dragging against the ground and tapping against the side of the wall, making a eerie echoing scratching sound. There is a set of emergency lights that are on, and you can see red lights flashing down different corridors. There are doorways that are arched with a sliding door that opens in the middle. All of them are shut, and above them a red flashing light as well. And there's like a hum as well that runs through the whole place. Like, you can feel it. If you put your hand on the wall, you can feel it vibrating. You can feel the floor rumbling beneath you, and it is constant.
All right, something is happening. We gotta move.
Let's go. Durrin, you want to take point?
Yeah, okay. I'll do some stealths as we go around each corner.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably activate my cloaking field while I'm doing this.
Okay.
It's free, you know, it recharges, it's all good. I got a 29 on my first stealth.
Cool. You creep up to the first junction.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get there, you look around the corner and you don't see anything, but you hear a click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. And it sounds like the claws of a creature walking. More specifically, it sounds like the like nails of a dog.
I'll scurry back and inform the rest of them. Yeah, there's something down there, couldn't see it, but not sure if it means visible or really sneaky.
It's a guard dog.
I imagine this place has guard dogs, but probably not ones that we're used to.
How many heads did it have?
I just said I didn't see it.
All right, probably 3.
How many heads
This
did
place
you
is
hear?
hellish.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be thematically accurate.
Yeah.
Let's go fight a 3-headed dog.
As you guys get to the edge of that hallway, the second you step out, you don't hear anything. But you look to your left. For a very brief second, you see what looks like the tail end of some sort of dog-like creature walk into the wall. Specifically, the corner of the wall.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
Nice. Okay. You know, with the dimensional shit happening, that should have been more obvious, but nice. All right.
Merrick's missing the point. What's happening? What's going on?
Don't worry.
We're just
Terry knows,
metagaming.
Durrin doesn't. It's like, Durrin's like, oh, that's weird. Terry's like excited.
Niall's terrified. Cody's like, I guess it's nothing to worry about.
So it's an illusionary wall?
Probably.
I guess I'll have to make a culture check to find out, and I don't have. Oh, I do have culture.
Mysticism.
Culture?
Mysticism.
I have it. I'll roll it.
Don't have mysticism, despite I have mystic stuff.
18.
Cool. You know that you've heard of creatures that can use the corners of walls as entrances and exits through planar travel, but you don't remember what kind of creature that is. That's pretty much all you can remember.
All right, we're doing some planar doggies.
In the distance, you hear a howl, and then a scream,
Oh god.
and then silence.
Let's move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we be stealthy?
Try to be, I guess.
Try.
I got a 26.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 32.
Cool.
Not bad.
We also have Vale and Quip. So
Are you? What do you do? Are you running towards the scream? Is that the plan?
I think so.
I think we're trying to be a little stealthy about it, but I imagine if we're trying to get there ASAP, it probably is not great.
I'm guessing the scream is probably just people working here, but it could be
Yes.
It could be Vale's sister. I don't know. Vale, you're in charge.
It's still information, you know.
We will not take the risk. Let's go. As you guys round the corner, you see what is screaming. You also see what is howling. There is a hound, twisted and grotesque, but its jaw has been unhinged and cracked open. Its bottom jaw hangs slack as the face of a man is coming out through its throat, and it is screaming while the hound is howling.
That's kind of fucked. I love it.
Everyone roll me initiative.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Oh, nice. Oh, I got a nat 20 for a 32.
I got a 13.
I got a 23.
As this happens, you see a swarm of other dogs and hounds walk through the corners. It doesn't matter how small the corner is, even the tiny 90-degree angle of the door jamb is enough for one of these hounds to walk through. And all of them have a grotesque human body part coming out of it, mostly out of the mouths. Some of them have two arms reaching and scrambling and frantically clawing, and others have just a leg dangling out of the side of them. And they all howl as they begin charging. Durrin, you are up first.
I'm going to delay my turn and let one of our other people go before me.
Okay.
How many of them were there, did you say?
There's 4.
4, damn.
There's more, but Vale and Quip are fighting them like other, because I don't want to do 2 NPCs.
We're dealing with 4.
You're dealing with 4, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Merrick, it's your turn.
All right, Merrick's going to go into photon mode and just sort of attack the first dog. Just move up. His Solarium blade is now a little bit larger and a little bit thicker. It's getting like more of a heft to it.
Cool.
And I'm going to swing down. Get this party started with your creepy dog. Of course, Terry knew this creepy, monstery, dimension-traveling thing. Like, he reads in his free time, you know?
We've fought them in Pathfinder a lot.
Ah, okay. That's going to be a 27 to hit.
27 will do it, yeah.
That's going to be 35 points of damage.
Okay, I'll say that's Hound 2. Or sorry, Hound 1.
Okay. Does it look like all the damage goes through? I know we're fighting weird...
Does your Solarium blade count as magic?
I believe so, yeah.
If it has a fusion on it, it does.
Yeah.
Then yes, it does.
Back, beasts!
You see the like human face coming out of its throat is screaming, but now that you are close, it's frantically trying to bite you, like aggressively trying to bite you. Cody, it's your turn.
How far is the one Merrick's fighting?
Within range, I guess.
Like 30
sorry.
feet?
Yeah, sure.
25 feet, because that's all I can move.
Would it be okay if I take my turn before you, Cody?
Sure.
I would like to rush in, following Merrick behind, and I will do a trick attack on the one he's fighting right now.
Okay.
A melee trick attack?
Yeah, why not? My stealth is a 27.
Not enough.
Not enough? Okay, just standard attack then, which probably won't do much for this thing. 2 on the die. Cool, 13. EAC.
No.
Sweet. All right, just goes wide. I did great.
Cool. Now it's Cody's turn.
There you go.
If I were to charge, would I be able to get a direct line?
You wouldn't be able to get the one that Merrick's fighting, but you could get like any of the other 3.
Could I move to the side and get that? Like if I move and then charge, which I can do.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
You'll take an attack of opportunity from one of the side hounds.
I'll just bull rush one of the other hounds then. Move action, you see Cody like start to get like really angry, and then he hefts his hammer and just fucking shoots at the side hound. And he's going to try bull rush him.
Cool.
That's a 35 bull rush.
Oh, dude, nice.
And it's every 5 over you. He goes
them
another
for more, yeah.
Yeah. So you succeed with 1 additional.
Okay, so 10 feet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, does that provoke an attack of opportunity then?
Do you have your gun out?
Yeah, I only use my gun.
Oh, I thought you were attacking with melee.
No. I think he was just moving forward.
Oh,
Okay.
great. Yes, then it does.
Hell yeah, that means I'm going to take my reaction.
Now, I get a 19 to hit, which ain't great.
Well, you fail by 1.
Perfect. I'm going to use my thing.
Okay. Is that a once a day thing?
Yeah. And that's going to be 23 points of electric and bludgeoning damage.
And you have a fusion, yes?
Yeah. So 33 points.
33?
Yeah.
And coming in at the tail end with my feat, my teamwork feat of target of opportunity, does a 23 EAC hit.
It does.
I got 20 points of damage. Fire damage,
Nice.
I do not have a fusion.
Okay. Then you notice that does not go through, or all of it go through.
Sorry, you get 35. I forgot I have opportunistic. And I would have actually hit for 21. So I don't need to use my thing.
Okay. It is their turn now. And now that you are starting to get a sense and these things have fully formed, there's something about their eyes that you can't quite get over. And as you sort of like assess the situation of these dogs that are sort of starting to circle you in this narrow hallway, you feel their gaze begin tearing through you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
This feels familiar. Oh, this feels familiar.
Gonna have to give me a fortitude save, please.
Okay. No, that wasn't as low as I thought.
16 for Merrick.
I'll follow that up with a 16 as well.
Cody?
I'm going to use my jacket.
Okay. What does that do?
Oh, yeah. It lets me reroll for it once a day.
Okay.
God damn it.
Did it get worse?
It got so much worse. That's a 10.
We're all dead.
Yeah, probably.
It's not going to be great.
Oh boy, yeah, that's 16d6 coming your way.
What? Is that everybody?
Wait, I think I had a seizure first, a stroke first. Did you 16?
Sorry, I did math wrong. It's 8d6.
Oh, thank fuck.
That's
All
a
of
huge
you-
difference. Holy shit.
All of you take 34 points of slashing damage as their gaze just tears through you. You can feel it bypassing your armor entirely and cuts opening up on your flesh. And now they're going to attack you
Sure.
because that's a gaze attack that they get just for looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh my
they're
god.
fucked. These things are
Jeez
fucked.
Louise.
The two at the front are going to attack Cody and Merrick, respectively. The ones that... so one's going to move up and attack you. The other one is going to attack you, Merrick. And then 2 are going to come in and attack you from the flank, Durrin.
Cool. That's great.
First one is a nat 20.
Who's that
Yeah,
against?
let's do it.
That's going to be you. Actually, no, it's going to be Merrick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You
cool.
said my
That's
name
better.
in the middle. You're just picking
I'm
me.
going here. I said you attack number 1, so
Yeah, all right.
you take 25 points of piercing damage as the human face bites down into you, and you're going to have to give me another fortitude save, please.
Much better. That's going to be a 24.
You feel a flash of hot and cold, and then a weird smoky blackness oozes out of your skin, but then it flickers and the bite mark is gone, but you still take the damage.
So a different Merrick got the bite mark.
That
What a
is
loser.
on Cody, that's a 30 to hit.
30 to hit. Where's my armor? Yes, it is.
Okay, that's 10 points of piercing damage as it bites into you as well, and you're going to have to give me a fortitude save, please.
Okay. That's a d6. Wrong dice. 19.
Okay, you're good. Once again, you see this bite go through various stages of effectiveness and then disappear. Durrin, I got another 30 and a 26.
KAC or EAC?
KAC.
Okay, the 30 hits, of course. The other one does not.
Nice. Okay.
That new armor coming in clutch.
Oh, it did.
11 points of piercing damage as you have to give me another fortitude save, please.
Come on. Better-ish. I got a 19.
You see that bite dissipate.
Okay. Oof.
Okay, we're back at the top of the turn. It is Merrick.
Damn dimensional dog. Let me put you down. And make 2 attacks. First one's going to be a 21.
That hits.
37 points of damage.
Holy shit. You guys are beefy.
Second attack, that's going to be a 34.
To hit, yeah.
God, I just want one of these dogs to go down just so I know how bad this is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 36 points of damage.
How are you hitting it?
I'm just like slashing at its creepy face because I know its eyes are the weakness.
Yeah, as you are just slashing at it, you can see that there are chunks, like this wispy chunks of flesh, and as you sever parts of it off, it hits the ground, flickers, and then it's back on the creature, but there is so much blood pouring out of it. But then, like, a couple seconds later, all that flesh is just on the ground, and then, like, flickers, and then it's on fire, and then it flickers, and it's back on. But this thing, in the brief moments where it looks like what you're doing stays, it looks fucked up.
I will kill you in every dimension.
So definitely not dead yet, right?
It is not dead yet, no.
Fuck, this
my
is going to be
God.
bad.
Durrin, it's your turn.
Yeah,
I've
it
done
sure
over
is.
100 damage to it already.
So I'm being flanked by 2, right?
You're not being flanked, but there are 2 beside you, yes.
Okay, neither of them have taken any hits whatsoever. They're just doing their own thing.
Correct. Only 1 and 2 have been hit. 3 and
Okay,
4 are on you.
This is 3 and 4. Okay. I'm going to choose number 3 as my target,
Okay.
and I am going to do a trick attack and pull away.
Yep.
This doesn't provoke from my target, but it will provoke from the one that isn't my target.
Okay. Then it will try to take its attack of opportunity. That's probably not going to do it. No, that's a 22.
Okay, that does not, as I will attempt a trick attack against the one I just deemed as my target.
Yeah, it takes a big bite at you, and you're just too fast. You manage to get away
Hell
from
yeah.
it.
As I just kind of nimbly dodge underneath it, I got a 37 on my stealth,
That'll do it.
19 on the die, yes please, for a
Yes.
30.
Nice.
I need that thing to give me a fortitude save, please.
Oh, not great. That's a 12.
12, that's a fail. He's staggered. So I'm doing 8 points of fire damage. First time doing my 5d8s.
Dirty.
Yeah. I look forward to giving it all to you. 28 points of precision damage.
And you said you don't have a magic weapon, right?
No, it doesn't have a fusion or anything like that.
You seem to, the blaster fire itself doesn't seem to do anything, but
Shit.
then wherever you've hit it makes it, flicker for a second, and all of its bones seem to collapse, and the whole thing just falls into, a weird, puddle of flesh, and then, those, weird toys where you press the button, and they fall over, and then they pop back up? That happens to it. It,
that's awful.
Crumples, and then it, flops back up.
Okay.
It is Cody's turn. So, hold on, Durrin, before I need to orient ourselves a bit. Did you move away from the boys or towards the boys?
Oh, shit.
So I will say there's room for you to either go beside Cody or beside Merrick.
I'm going to go beside Cody.
Okay, cool.
That feels right.
So then the lineup is now Cody, Durrin, Merrick. You're kind of in between the 3 of them. And then there's a dog in front of Cody. There's a hound in front of Merrick. And then there's 2 behind the 3 of you.
Sweet.
I guess I'm going to full attack this boy.
Okay.
First one is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
All right. That's going to be 35 points of bludgeoning electricity as my rage just gives me an extra 2 points of damage per hit.
Are you in a rage right now?
Oh, I'm in a rage. And then that's a 27 to hit.
Yep.
And then 28 points of damage on that one.
Cool. Once again, you are dealing a solid amount of damage to these things. When you hit it with your hammer on the side, you can feel its ribs crumple, and then it just seems to snap back into place.
Now, I will say that third hit ignores energy resistance or damage resistance equal to half my weapon's item level.
It doesn't matter. Your thing's magic, right? Yeah.
Just in case.
Well, all of you are going to have to give me a fortitude save, please.
I love this. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
28.
Mine's 28 too. We're twins.
Oh, no, mine's 26. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm bad at
not
math.
twins.
Durrin?
Nat 20.
Okay.
You looked very disappointed.
No, there was excitement. I was pumped for it. It was a good moment.
You feel a moment where those cuts begin happening again, but they don't seem to take purchase. And Oh, I guess
Hell yeah.
you have to give me. Sorry, you have to give me 3 more fortitude saves.
What?
What?
It's per creature.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, the exact same again.
Nice. Okay.
Then a 20 and a nat 20. God damn it. You're wasting all our nat 20s, Dane.
Okay. Cool. So Cody, you've saved against all of them.
Yes. Please tell me it's not half damage or just no damage.
It is no damage.
Oh,
Nice.
Sick.
Nice.
My second one is 27.
Okay.
My third one is 25.
Yeah.
And my fourth one is 19.
You've saved against all of them.
Okay. Here we go. I got a 23 on my second one.
Yeah.
Ooh, way better. I got a 26 on the third one.
Yeah.
Come on,
The
boys.
fourth one, another nat 20. 2 nat 20s in that.
Shit. Okay. Well, you have successfully saved against all of their ripping gazes.
All right.
my
Well,
God.
using up
Now
all my
they can
nat
just act,
20s.
so
Now it is their normal attack. The one that is staggered begins swaying a little bit, and you hear it let out this horrible, like, gargling howl, but it can't fully do it. But then the face begins howling as well. Durrin, you have to give me a will save, please.
I find this very upsetting. My will is a 19.
You're good. You feel
Am I?
your body slowing and seizing for a second, but you are able to shake it off as you start focusing on something other than this horrible fucking howling. The other one is going to run up behind Cody and flank him.
oh dear.
That is a 29.
29. It wouldn't hit, but with my rage. Oh, no, it would hit. Never mind. Either way, it hits.
Okay.
Just too angry. I'm so angry.
You take 14 points of piercing damage, and you're going to have to give me a fortitude save, please, as the fourth one runs up behind you and just buries its teeth into the back of your leg.
That's a 20. Oh, no, it's an
Okay.
18. It's an 18.
That's an 18.
It is an 18.
You're
Oh,
safe.
God. Oh, God.
The next one is another 29 against you, Merrick.
29, I believe, just meets it.
That is 16 points of damage, piercing damage, and you have to give me a fortitude save, please.
Not this time. That's a 2 on the dice.
This time, when the bite finds purchase on your arm as you're slashing, it manages to get you right on the wrist and lock your sword arm in place for a second. It begins doing that thing that dogs do when they just like shake their head really, really fast and really, really hard. And you could feel like it's almost going to tear your arm off. But then it doesn't. And it lets go. And the face inside of the mouth of the hound smiles and begins giggling.
No.
Cool. And you don't feel great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then the last attack on you, Cody, is a like 22 or something. So it's not going to hit you.
It's not going to hit.
Merrick, it's your turn. And you're going to have to give me a D20 check, please.
18.
You're okay.
Okay, I'm going to attack this cackling son of a bitch twice. First attack. That's a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Just tell me how you, unless you want to roll the damage to see how much you do, just tell me how you kill it, because this thing's not surviving.
It's not going to survive an average of like 60-something damage.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's cackling. Merrick, with that weak arm, finds enough strength to sort of quickly decapitate it, finally making full contact with it as that human head with that grin on its face goes spiraling into the air.
Yeah, and the body stays standing.
Oh, I hate this so much. Is the one of the ones attacking Cody next to me?
They are 5 feet away, or 10 feet away, I guess.
Fuck.
There's another one attacking you, though, right?
No.
I only have the one, so that second attack is now just going to get lost. Can I still move?
You can still take your move action, so you could move
Okay.
up to...
I'm going to flank one of the ones that is behind Cody, that's fighting Cody.
Cool.
Nice.
The one that hasn't been damaged yet.
All right.
Or
so
they've
number-
both been damaged.
Nope, number 4 hasn't been touched yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Durrin, it's your turn.
All right. Which one is Cody focused on? Which one can I see Cody's like facing off with?
Number 2 is the one that Cody is fighting.
Number 2. All right. I am going to do a trick attack on number 2.
Now, you have to move on this one, right?
Yeah, I have to move no matter what. Yeah,
Number 4 is going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
that's okay. I accept it.
Is a 28 case.
Oh no, yeah, that just does it.
That is 13 points of piercing damage, and you have to give me a fortitude save, please.
Okay. 14. It's a 12.
Okay. You don't feel great. And you're going to give me a d20 roll because it is your turn.
12 on the die.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. I rolled the stealth previously. It was I got a 28 on the stealth.
That's enough. Yeah.
Okay. And I am going to do harrowing fire on him.
Okay.
And I have to beat 15, which I do. I believe it lowers his AC as well because it is a harrowing fire. Let me just confirm real quick. And then Cody, if you hit this thing, man, you get some nice damage on that boy.
Beautiful.
+2 circumstance bonus on next attack roll.
Nice.
Okay. So Cody, it's your turn.
All right. Double attack. God damn it. First one's a 16
That's with your +2 from Durrin.
with my +2 from Durrin. Second attack.
You don't get the +2, but you might get the damage.
19.
You fail by 1.
I use my thing.
Hey, fuck.
I use my thing, Dane.
Okay, you hit.
God damn it.
Add 5d8s to this, man.
Why did I roll so poorly? I had a +2 and like it should have gone well. Dear God.
Again, you can just kill this thing unless you want to.
I'm definitely
See
going to
the
roll the
numbers.
damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 5d8s, man.
So it's 32 plus 44 total. I rolled really poorly on those D8s.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey,
wait,
you know
no, there's
what?
five.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
47.
It's dead.
Yay.
Yeah.
I missed with the one, and then like one of the bullets that Durrin shoots just kind of like spooks the dog for a second, and I just like solidly come down. Again, not even solidly, I guess, almost miss, but like the like ion stone just like nudges my hammer a little bit to the left, and I just fucking like cave its skull in.
The reality that the dog was in just happened to be in the right spot for that one.
You hear the human face as you crush this dog. It sort of like slides out, and the whole back half of it is this weird like slug, and it's not a person, and it begins just sort of like wiggling away.
Don't like
Hate
that.
it.
I hate this.
In the distance, you hear a large explosion, and it rattles the whole thing. And then, echoing throughout the hallways, you hear a voice speak, but it doesn't sound like it's saying anything. You just hear like, and the dogs look up, their ears perk straight up, and they start whimpering, and they run into the nearby corners and disappear. In the distance, you see a purple light beginning to grow, and as it approaches the corner, a massive purple hand slides in, grabs one side of the hallway, another one grabs the other, and it pulls this huge swirling purple mass into frame, and it looks at the three of you and says,
I will devour you.
and a mouth appears and charges forward.